Psalm 37 verse 1. He said, fret not because of evildoers, neither be envious of workers of what? Iniquity. As soon they shall be cast down like what? A grass, and shall be burned. They shall go down as grass, they shall wither as leaves. So you must understand as a believer that every one of us, we are in the battlefield. But this is the issue. This is my concern. Some will tell you, I have received prophecy, not one times, not two, not three times, not four. Any prophecy without an action is a play game. Every prophecy is with a condition. How come Elisha prophesied? Elisha never wanted to say anything because there was certain people in the land. The king of Israel, Elisha disliked him. Elisha never liked him. Why? Elisha knew that this king, this man called Joram, he loved to follow the God of his father. So Elisha knew that this guy, this king, he want to go and destroy Jehoshaphat and the king of Edom. See from narrative, you have a prophet in the land. You refuse to tell him, look at the battle I'm going to, look at the business I want to do. You were hiding it. Another king who understands the value of a prophet asked him, is there no prophet in this land? And the king's servant said, there is a man called Elisha. And the king replied, he does not like me. So I have received prophecy. I have heard several times, I will be rich, I will prosper, I will travel out, I will go this, I will do that. Sir, every one of us understand every battle ahead of you. There is a prophecy that has gone ahead before the battle. There's a prophecy that has gone ahead. That is why Paul was talking to Timothy. He said that concerning the prophecy that has gone ahead of you, so that you can war a good warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing brings prophecy to manifestation like warfare. Nothing brings what? Your prophecy to what? Manifestation like what? Warfare. Elisha said, you shall go, you shall win the battle, you shall defeat the king of Moab. But when the king of Moab saw that the battle was too sore, he drew out 700,000 men, yet they could not break into Israel, they could not break into Jehoshaphat, they could not break into Edom. He decided to use his own son, the first son, who is supposed to be the next king after his exit. He decided to use his own son. Many believers today in church, we must understand, and this is what you need to hear. Listen today. Any man that is in a battlefield with you, there is something they are doing against you, you are not aware. Have you studied 2 Samuel 3 verse 1? I think it said there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. The house of Saul grew weaker and weaker. The house of what? David grew stronger and stronger. So David understood the platform of sacrifice. David understood the platform of obedience. David understood the platform of honor. David understood the platform of reverence. Why Saul refused to understand the platform of sacrifice? He refused to understand the platform of honor. How would the believer say, a young girl like you, who is not even to the age of your child, is the one attacking you in the cover? A young boy like you, who is not even to the age of your mother, is the one attacking you. Listen carefully. Every one of us, you need a prophet, you need a messenger. But understand, how you honor the messenger determine how God flows with you. There is somebody hearing my son here. I came as God's messenger over your life, over your destiny, over your existence. Anyone on the battlefield with you, I prophesy, as God hear your amen this morning, you shall hear that cry. Amen.